When I was born, doctors couldn't determine if I was a boy or a girl. I had what are described as ambiguous genitalia. My parents were confused, scared. They weren't able to tell anyone who knew they'd had a child if it was a boy or a girl.
The challenge of people who used to be called hermaphroditic, what we now call have intersex conditions, is that they really do threaten the idea that there's this clear natural boundary between the male and the female, because there isn't a clear natural boundary. So intersex begins to raise for us the question of what gender really means and to what extent it really matters, and that's very uncomfortable.
And until very recently, the medical establishment was determined that there should be no ambiguity.
The finding of ambiguous genitalia in the newborn is a medical and social emergency. When the cause is established and gender assignment is made, the abnormal genitalia must be corrected.
Max was just a year old when his phallus was surgically reduced. He was brought up as a girl, Judy, who underwent a whole series of operations until the age of 15, never once being told what they were for.
For 20-odd years, I was not allowed to talk to anyone about this and didn't tell, just like my mother didn't tell her best friend. I never even told my best friend.
By her late teens, Judy felt confused. She tried a relationship with a boy and a girl.
Whereas my male partner, boyfriend, had not commented on the differences in my genital anatomy, which incidentally I wasn't even aware of at the time. My female partner did. She said something. She said, "Boy, Jude, you sure are weird." I came away from that thinking of myself as a monster or a freak. And so I decided that I would avoid that upset by being with men. So I quite literally settled down with the next guy to come along.
Judy simply married a male friend from college, but the relationship was short-lived. Judy had met Tamara.
I was really excited. It was definitely a case of love at first sight. Sparks just flew. It was magic.
I looked at her and fell in love with her. It was love at first sight. She was breathtakingly beautiful.
Then a bombshell hit.
I needed my childhood immunization records. So I contacted my childhood pediatrician and found out he had retired, and the woman who had taken over his practice had someone photocopy my records and mail them. And I opened my mail in a diner in Center City, Philadelphia, and right after my name, which at the time was Judy Elizabeth Beck, were the words male pseudohermaphrodite. And I was devastated and dumbfounded. At the same time, it was almost a relief because I had a label. Not only did I know that I was a monster, but I could tell you, I could point in the textbook and exactly what kind of monster I was.